Welcome to the Not So Intellectual podcast. On this special edition, I'm introducing the Horror Movie Fanclub. On the panel tonight, we have Brian,
Okay.
we have Josh,
Hello.
and we have Laney.
Hey,
And today we're going to be talking about movies that you were looking forward to, but then they let you down. And then movies that you didn't necessarily think was going to be that good, but they turned out to be freaking amazing. So I want to start things off and I want to present the movie that I didn't think was going to be that good. I even refused to watch it when it came out, but then I was kind of forced to see it, and then I was delightfully surprised that it was actually great. Lisa Frankenstein was a
Mm.
great movie. Lisa Frankenstein is about a 16-year-old girl who's into the macabre, and it's based in the 80s. So there's a bunch of 80s music, and it's just really good. Have you guys seen it?
I have.
I haven't seen it yet.
You
I
haven't
have
seen it.
not, unfortunately. It's on my to see list because it's by the same director that did Jennifer's Body, which is like a favorite of mine. It's always been a favorite. I love that when it came out. Now it's like a big cult classic.
Diablo Cody,
Yeah.
is it? Okay, okay.
I'm sorry. She helped. I think she helped in the writing. I believe it was Robin Williams' daughter, Zelda Williams, who directed it.
Ooh, okay, okay.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
I'm really excited to see it.
I gotta add that to my list.
So something, I won't give it away too much so you guys can see it. Something happens and she's stumbles upon like a Frankenstein type of person, and things start getting crazy from there. There's a lot of like homages to 80s movies that came out during that time that I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna like catch on. Um, and then the movie that let me down because I was actually looking forward to it was Insidious Red Door.
Mm.
Insidious Red Door, yeah, it was kind of boring. I was excited because we saw the grown up fucking version of this kid who we saw throughout the series.
Yeah.
We saw the continuation of the storyline, but it kind of felt flat. It didn't like there's some jump scares, but not necessarily that great. What do you guys think?
I
I
remember I remember you
agree.
talking about that, and I stayed away from it because of what you said.
It was yeah, there was cool visuals, like without a doubt, cool visuals, but like it felt flat for me. What about you, Brian?
Yeah, I was completely bored the entire time for the fact that this was supposed to be the closer to everything. It felt a little flat, and for there not to even be like barely any deaths either. I don't know. I was a little disappointed with that one. I 100% agree with you on that one.
Yeah, dude. Josh, do you get to see the movie?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. I just went to go see it because I saw all of them. So I'm like, hey, it's the last one of this series, so I might as well go watch it. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was a letdown.
cool, cool, cool. Laney, did you already say you saw it or not?
I didn't. I stayed away from it based off what you said, but
Yeah, that's
also
fair.
like I think worth saying is that like Insidious 3, I really think that was Insidious 1 and 2 were really solid, good scares, very surprisingly good. And then
Agree.
by the third one, I
Agree.
felt like it really lost its steam. And I just coupled with what you said and what I saw from the third one, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Who wants to go next and present their best and worst?
I'll go. I'll go.
Cool. Let's go, Laney. What do you have?
Um, so okay, it's it's easier to go with my worst first. Um, you're gonna know you and I think Brian's gonna know exactly what I'm gonna pick on this
Oh,
one.
is that
Um,
so?
Exorcist Believer, man, that is.
Yeah.
I'm still as a horror fan, I'm still raw about that one. Like I'm still salty. Because I was really excited. I mean, I don't know how you could have messed this up. I think even John Carpenter said that, and I agree. I'm like, how could you mess this up when you had not only Ellen Burstyn, but a surprise cameo from one of the bigger stars of the original, which I won't give away in case anyone's seen it, but I really encourage people to not. Um, but yeah, don't give your money to bad horror movies. That's my best advice. But I just don't know how they could have messed up on this scale. It just wasn't. It didn't hold even the saying hold a candle. This didn't even hold one of those little sparklers to the original, honestly. It felt like it played it way too safe. I wasn't scared at all, and by this point I think so many people have seen exorcism scenes done to death that being the best part of the movie, that wasn't good enough. So I really, it's one that I really honestly can say I recommend people do not see it. Don't waste your time.
I agree. I was fucking let down because I was looking forward to it. I went to Universal Studios. I did the horror movie. What was it? Horror Nights. I mean, and I went through the maze that they had there, and it was fucking creepy. I was looking forward to it, and then it's just yeah, just kind of just not that great. There is a part where you guys. I think I had multiple people telling me you guys were laughing during the part where when she was like the body and the blood.
The body and the
Yeah.
blood.
The body
Body
and the
and the
blood.
blood. Let's not forget
That
about
scene, that scene, I could have seen gone differently. I think one of you mentioned that she should have been like tearing her flesh and eating it as she was saying it.
Yeah,
That
I
would
was
have been
saying that
fucking amazing.
she should have been like, could like scratch. I think one of the scenes prior to, because I only saw this once and I tried really hard to put it out of my head. But I think she was like scratching her head like obsessively in the church pew in the scene before that. So I thought it would have been so much more effective, creepy, and it would have kept people like talking the next day if she had been like scratching to the point where like blood started coming down her head, and then she's like the body and the blood and started like pulling pieces of her hair out. Like that would have
That
been
would have been
something that
cool.
I
Yeah.
felt like would have left an impression with people. But man, there were so many points like that where they just dropped the ball and they just didn't go there with it. It was almost, it felt like the director was afraid.
How do you guys feel about the story though? Like as far as much as the story was involved, it was okay, right? Like how do you guys feel about the story?
Um, I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like it had potential.
Right?
definitely. I
Could have
feel
been
like they
better.
could have done a lot with that one. I felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I felt like it had the potential to be there. I mean, I know that there's like, from what I've read about fan reactions, there's a lot of mixed reactions about the, different religions coming together to do the exorcism. But I think if that had been built up better, I think it could have played out a lot better. I think it was an interesting premise, and I loved the twist in the exorcism, which again, I should just give it away because I don't
Go
really
ahead.
want to urge anyone to see it. I liked how that you were thinking it was one girl who was going to die, and it ended up being the other one, and that was the little twist and the trick that the demon was playing. That was clever. I did
Yeah,
not
that
see
was
that
cool.
coming, so like props to that. But that's like it's one kudos that it gets from me, aside from a potentially promising story.
Yeah. Josh, what do you think?
Well, like you guys were saying, it was a big letdown. To me, I think Exorcist 3 was way better than Exorcist Believer. Have you guys seen Exorcist 3?
By
I have
far.
not.
No? Ooh.
No.
Interesting.
Rick, do yourself a favor.
Yep.
Exorcist 3 is like a hidden gem. It's
Hmm.
actually really
Very
good.
well. Okay,
Yep.
I have homework.
Yeah, I guess I gotta do the same thing too.
Dude, we're missing out.
Definitely.
Um,
Uh,
It sounds
A
of it.
little tip about The Exorcist 3. Do not look on YouTube or look anything up before you watch it. Just watch it, because
Hmm.
there is one infamous scene in The Exorcist 3 that is almost splashed everywhere, and it is easy to ruin it for you. It is so much better if you just go into it unaware.
very well.
Holy shit.
Um, what was the movie that surprised you?
I gotta say, okay, so I know we initially talked, and I'm glad you didn't say it, because as soon as you said it, I'm like, oh yeah. Saw X. I was
Mm-hmm.
really surprised by Saw X because I worked at Blockbuster when the original came out. Loved it. Man, there was such a fan following for the first, I'd say the first three. Kind of started to peter off at the fourth and fifth one once we started to get into the Detective Hoffman storyline. Um, but this one I felt really got it back on track. It opens up a whole other side of Jigsaw that you see, that shows that he's actually a very benevolent person. He's not doing this because he enjoys or gets off on watching people suffer. He's genuinely sick and tired of people being shitty to each other, but you can see that he is a good person who, you know, really tries to do the right thing, but is just, I feel, this man that keeps getting screwed over and keeps seeing other people get screwed over, and he's like, fuck it, I've had enough and I'm gonna do something about it. I really liked it. I thought it all went together well. The ending was a little bit, I think it was a little rushed. But
Yeah.
overall I was very, very impressed, and I couldn't keep recommending it enough, which was kind of like, it sucked because so many people are like, oh, Saw, and I'm like, I know, but trust me, this one's actually pretty good. If you got to sit through a new Saw sequel, I really recommend Saw X.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I was
agree.
able to see it in 4DX. Brian, were you able to see it in 4DX?
Yes, I did. I've actually
So
seen all these movies that you guys just mentioned in 4DX.
I honestly thought that I was feeling biased because of it, but once I got like word from different people and they were saying, oh no, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, because the last ones were, honestly, I skipped them because they look carbon copies, as and they kind of just get boring after a while. Um, but yeah, good submissions. Thank you very much. Josh, what do you have for us?
All right, I'll start with my worst one. Um, I'm pretty sure you've all seen The Devil Inside.
The Devil Inside.
Yeah,
I have not.
I have.
I think I have Sam Raimi, right? Sam Raimi.
I think yeah, because I saw it a long time ago, but it's one of those movies that stayed with me because I was so excited for it. Because I'm like, oh, it's like another like kind of like exorcism movie, this and that. But
It's actually
once,
more funny.
yeah, but once you get to the end, I was like, are you freaking serious? I wasted back then $12 just for the movie to end like this.
Was that the
Wait a
one that
minute,
ended with the car crash?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
hell yeah.
so.
Oh, okay, I did see it.
And
and
Yeah.
then
there's like a
Yeah.
fucking goat.
website at the end that says, if you want to see the finale, go to this website. I was like, great. So
Yeah, I remember that.
I walked back and I got my money back.
Good
Oh
job.
man.
Um, I thankfully saw it on a streaming platform, but I was even like, what the fuck? Why did this come out in theaters? And it came out in theaters. I was like,
Hmm.
wow, people really paid for this shit.
Yes, they did.
Um, yeah, dude. What is your surprise movie?
So my surprise movie, I had two, and I think they both came out in the same year. But my honorary mention was Barbarian, but I went with
Nice.
Smile. Smile surprised me again.
Smile.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. They're actually making a second one
Yep.
coming out, I think, this year.
Yeah.
We're about to get a
Wow.
sequel to that.
Hmm.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
And the concept to it is pretty interesting too. If you guys haven't heard what the supposed concept of the Smile 2 movie is.
What's the concept?
I think I've heard, but I'll let
So
you.
apparently it's supposed to be that it's going to be a singer and she's
Mm.
going to have the smile demon inside her and she's going to
Oh
kind of
shit.
spread it out
In
to all her fans and
Mm.
it's going to be an interesting
Interesting.
thing because we don't usually in the first movie we only saw it go contact one person to another.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now we're about to see a bunch of people get it. So it's going to be
About to
fun.
go viral.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. Right on, right on. Thanks for the submissions, Josh.
You're welcome.
Brian, what do you have for us?
Let's see. What do you want? Do you want the best or worst?
Let's hear the worst.
Uh, it's a little movie I like to call The First Omen that just
The
came out
first,
like it just came out like about a month ago, a month or two ago.
I
Hey,
didn't see
and
it.
you know what? It also happened to do with some fucking exorcism type of shit, just like Laney's.
I think it was. I think Exorcist religious horror is just striking out hard lately.
I
It
mean, if
feels
there's
like
any
it.
movie right now, I think that would cap that religious horror crap. I think it'd be this one. I think it's honestly this one. Only two deaths,
Oh shit.
and it just drags for so long. And I remember the thing that pulled me into it was the billboards. It's saying it's the most terrifying movie you haven't seen in a while. Dude, I'm just right there 2 hours in and I'm like, what the fuck? What's gonna happen? I'm waiting for the 2 hours. I'm holding in back going to the bathroom for something and nothing happened, man.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, I skipped that movie because of what people were saying online, and yeah, it didn't seem. It seemed like a bad fucking pre-sequel. What is it? Like a
It's a prequel
Prequel.
reboot for I think The Omen from
The
what it looks
Omen.
like.
Mm.
It's definitely trying to lead up to something else, but
Didn't they already
yeah,
do a
no.
reboot for The Omen, like back in, I want to say 2005, with the girl from I can't think of her name right now. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Julia
She's kind of
Stiles.
yeah.
I
Yeah, she played the
remember
Yeah.
mom.
it came out in 2006 on 666.
Thank you.
Like the cinematography in the movie is pretty good. I say even decent at times, but it just doesn't go anywhere for a lot of the movie. And I think the best thing I liked about them is probably the priest that's in there. That's
Mhm.
also going to be the actor that got announced to play Galactus for the Fantastic Four movie.
Oh,
Mhm.
damn.
Yeah, I don't remember his exact name, but he's also in the movie, and he carries that really cool priest
Good shit.
type of voice. But no, definitely still skip this movie because this shit's
I'll be
whack.
skipping it.
So
No,
whack.
that's a good advice on that one.
I might watch it when it comes out to streaming just because you mentioned a very interesting scene about a demon coming out of a coochie, and I'm
Oh
sorry, but you
yeah.
had me at demon coming out of a coochie.
I,
Hey, that
Okay.
that scene itself kind of blew my mind. I was like, you
Mhm.
know, if this is where it's
Interesting.
going, fucking let me see
Yeah.
more. Let me see fucking shit get ripped out. Nothing, fucking nothing. That's like the most you get as a
Like, I
tease.
mean, forget the tagline, the scariest movie you've seen in a while or whatever. It should have just been like demon coming out of a coochie. Like that would have sold tickets, I'm telling you.
Well, I was hearing it was supposed to get an NC-17 rating because of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think honestly that's what I think it is because that was also the first time I ever saw a scene like that
Mhm.
for a supposed rated R movie, especially in this time.
Yeah.
Dude. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
let's hear your what's your surprise movie?
My surprise movie is actually one I just saw recently with my fiance. It was a little movie on a streaming site on Hulu. It's called Little Monsters. It has Lupita Nyong'o and Josh Gad. It's phenomenal.
Fucking good. Yeah, I seen
it's,
it.
it's really good. I'm over here laughing my ass off and just really liking the kills. I'm really liking just the whole story about a school teacher trying to make it out of this zombie apocalypse with her kindergarten class. And I was surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, dude. I remember seeing it because I just gave it a shot. I saw it on a streaming platform. I don't remember which one, but I was fucking
Yeah, it's on
surprised about
Hulu.
how I was surprised about how good it was. Like I didn't expect it to
Yeah.
be that good. Have you guys seen it?
No.
I have not, but I think it reminded me of there was another movie that came out recently, very similar premise. I think it was called Cooties, and it was
Yeah.
about like
Yeah.
the school kids that become zombies, and yeah, the teachers have to fight back, and that
Yeah.
one was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think.
I think the producer director also did that movie. That did that movie that I just talked about, Little Monsters.
Yeah, that makes sense because I remember seeing the preview, and I'm like, wow, that seems really similar. But I'll see it. No, I'll definitely watch it. I listen to you guys. You guys have pretty good taste.
Thank you. Thank you. So, thank you for your submissions, Brian. I have a quick list here. I know we have running out of time, but just give me you guys this quick, what do you guys think? The Pope's Exorcist. I wasn't sure about that one. I wasn't sure how to feel about it. There's some scenes where I was like, pretty cool, but then it was kind of boring. I don't know where to sort of feel about that one.
Is that the one with Russell Crowe?
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
See, okay, I'm getting so many of them
Mhm.
confused. Like The Last Rite, The Pope's Exorcist, what was the one that Josh you just said, The Devil
The Devil
Inside? Like
Inside, yeah.
they're all just so formulaic. Like I'm finding it's really, really hard to do religious horror these days. I feel like, The Exorcist just really came in, blew minds, and since
Mhm.
that, like it's been really hard to do a solidly good religious horror movie. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I agree with Brian. They've been like striking out more than than hitting.
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys.
Yeah,
Evil Dead Rise. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna
I
say?
was gonna say the Exorcist Pope. I liked it for what it was when it came out. 'Cause it was something fresh, something new for me. And then apparently he's coming out another Exorcist movie too.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a sequel to that one, or is it just like him being another priest?
I think it's just him being another priest working on a horror movie based on an Exorcist.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, what the
Evil
what
Dead
did I
Rises.
say? Oh, thank you. Evil Dead Rise. I fucking loved it. What do you guys think?
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
I
I fucking love that one too.
I am a huge Evil Dead fan. Like I have said that it is my goal to get married and have Bruce Campbell be, because he does weddings in Oregon,
Mhm.
I hear. So I was a huge fan of it. I really liked it, honestly. I thought there were spots it could have been better. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's without its problems, but I really liked it. I thought it solidly stood up alongside, the other installments really well. It might not be the best, but it's definitely not the worst.
Yeah, it's a kick
Cool.
in the right start for what they're continuing trying to do with that. And I mean,
Right.
I guess it did good enough because they're about to do two more movies.
Yeah.
They greenlit two more movies, so
Hell yeah, dude.
whether you liked it or not, they're here to make more. So
I
Yep.
would really
Hell
like
yeah.
to see it connect to, I would really like to see the creators of Evil Dead um flesh out a little bit more like the connection between the films and the TV show.
Yeah.
yeah,
I really liked the
kind of like
remake.
blend
I
them
would
in.
love it if they figured in the remake because now they said there's 3 books, so that makes sense. But I'd love to see them somehow tie it all together.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Plus the bodyguard was good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I agree on that
I
one.
agree.
Can anyone see a timer on their screen and tell me how much time got left?
5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
The Nun 2. What you guys think about that one?
I had fun with that one a
Yeah.
lot. I
Yeah.
saw that one in 4D, and I'm not gonna lie, that shit was fun. But maybe it was because the jumping, moving seats was fun as hell. But I mean, I watch it again, maybe put it on
I
Um,
the ground.
go ahead.
I'd say that I didn't mind it as much as some of the other religious horror films we've been kind of bagging on a little bit. I agree with Brian. It was fun. But that being said, it was fun. It
Exactly.
wasn't like you're sitting here going, "Wow, dude, that blew my mind."
Yeah.
Again, it was just very generic jump scares. But I will say one thing that I think really set it apart from some of the other ones is that the characters were genuinely pretty likable and didn't do seem to do a lot of stupid things.
Yeah.
They made pretty smart
Yeah.
smart choices, and I always like when they write main characters like that.
And it was better
No,
than
I
the
agree.
first.
Definitely better than the first.
Yeah,
Mm.
Um,
Oh yeah.
big time. Big time.
last movie I want to throw out there, Sympathy for the Devil.
Mm.
Ooh, I've
Have you guys
never
seen
seen
this
that
one?
one.
I've
So
not
this
seen
one's
that.
not necessarily horror, it's more of a thriller. It's with Nicolas Cage. He's
Mhm.
playing basically a hitman, and a lot of things happen. He takes someone hostage. He thinks he's someone, he might be that someone that he's trying to find and get revenge on. But it is very much a edge on your seat type of movie. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen it?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I actually did. I agree with you. It's
Nice.
very edge of your seat. It is going to be a movie that you do not want to you want to pay attention to. You don't want to be
Yeah.
getting up, going to,
Oh,
going into the kitchen for snacks. Like you're going to want to
Oh,
sit and watch everything.
okay.
Totally agree.
super deep.
It's a lot happening, and you most likely will be rewinding it and watching a few times, honestly.
It moves
Um,
pretty quickly.
yeah. but worth watching, without a doubt. I
Mhm.
want to thank you guys for being on the show tonight. Where can the people find you, Brian?
You guys can find me on Instagram and Facebook, and it's Ace Arson. That's
Right on,
it.
right on. Where can the people find you, Josh?
Instagram, Sith_Josh_818.
Hell yeah. Where can they find you, Laney?
At the movie theater watching more horror movies. No,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
kidding. Instagram would be
Agree.
The Girl Who Stole the Stars, and Facebook is just Laney Lee.
Right on, right on. I'll be
Okay.
putting all that info in the description for the episode. Until next time, you guys fill up your popcorn and we'll be back. All right.
All right.
Good.
Thank you.